Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Frank, House of Orange TV, coming at you. The big news today for Tennessee football, they got a big in-state flip. Kamari Blair, who originally committed to South Carolina, did flip his commitment to Tennessee today. I'll talk about that here in a minute. I'll talk about more targets who I kind of see left on the board. Make sure you hit that like, that share, and it is free to subscribe. Thank you for all of your support along the way. Kamari Blair, offensive tackle out of Tennessee, is in the fold now, and that moves Tennessee, or keeps them, according to what you look at. 24/7 has Tennessee with the 11th ranked class, and Rivals on 3 has them at 12th. Not much difference in that one. But looking at it across the way, Blair said he's been thinking about it and he just wanted to flip to Tennessee. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just commit to Tennessee from the get-go. So I don't know what caused the flip, if it's just one of those things where maybe he regretted it along the way. Hard to say on that one. Blair is a 4-star according to Rivals on 3 and ESPN. He's a 3-star according to 24/7 as well. But talks about just he's very athletic. This is something that's pretty interesting on it. His head coach, Chad Watson, out of Kirkwood, said that he's very athletic, said we do a lot of tackle pulls. We get them out in space, and he's very athletic. Said off-season wise, we run our guys on GPS all the time, and he would hit 19 miles per hour every single day. This is a 6'6", 285 guy here for you. And from the June of 2023 till now, he's put on 70 pounds. He was 6'6", 215 in June of 2023. Now he's at 6'6", 285. It's a good flip. It's a good commitment. It adds the 4th offensive lineman for Tennessee. Of course, you got Kamari Blair, J.B. Shabazz, Edward Baker, Gabriel Osenda. So that's a strong core, and the offensive line recruiting continues to be very, very good on this class the last few years. Yes, out of the gate, when Josh Heupel on staff took over, they had a lot of misses on it. People, well, where's Ellerby's guys? Why are they not playing? They just weren't able to lock them up at that time. Now you're starting to see Ellerby guys on the line. Yeah, and I don't have a problem with going out and getting a couple guys on the offensive line out of the portal if you need it. If they went in with dudes not totally ready, people be pitching a fit about it. You had Wendell Moy Jr., who was a no-brainer, who had no sacks nor penalties last year. You had Sam Pendleton, who did start some games from Notre Dame, who's going to be a big part of it. Of course, Lance Hurd transferred from LSU. A little bit of a rough year last year, but now they say things are looking good. He's had a really good offseason. Right side, now you've got Jesse Perry, it looks like, who was recruited by Ellerby, right guard, and, of course, David Sanders Jr. there as well. Names like Bennett Warren, Jeremiah Hurd, Sham Umaroff, William Satterwhite, who were all recruits, are starting to creep up on – I wouldn't even say creep up. They're starting to show up on that depth chart in the 2 deep. So, yeah, they're starting to recruit at a high level on the offensive line and at wide receiver. What's that going to look like? Will there still be development needed on those positions? Yes, they're improving, but there's a lot of talent. I talked about this in the trajectory of the program. Now you're adding 4 more solid bodies, solid offensive linemen to your class. Great job, and especially on a week where I think especially the fan base disappointed not getting Savion Hyder. Not a surprise there. And from everything I've gathered on it, I wouldn't expect a flip on that one. Seems like he did his thing. And from the get-go, when we've heard about Hyder, Michigan was mentioned. Tennessee did a great job recruiting him. Michigan, I think, had the longer relationships in that one. I know I've seen people, what's staff can't close. This staff closed on Celeste Moa. They flipped Kamari Blair. They closed on Joel Wyatt, Braden Rouse. I could go on and on. They've done a really good job in this cycle. Again, 12th and 11th. And I've seen it said sometimes that the difference between 4th and 13th in recruiting is not much. You added a hider to that, their top 10. If they can flip Tristan Keys, there's a good chance that puts them in the top 10. Based on what I'm seeing, I've got about 5 guys that I see on the board right now. And one of them's non-committed. 4 of them are committed to other schools with it. So actually 6, on that. 1 is not committed. 5 are committed. Tristan Keys is a headliner, still committed to LSU. You keep seeing speculation all the time. He could flip. How much will the Adidas deal play into that? Because Tristan Keys is signed with Adidas. I still think something to watch in this is LSU, from everything I've read, their apparel deal is coming up too. Will they stick with Nike, or could they move to Adidas also? Because the thing of it is, Nike's not totally out. I mean, they signed Auburn a while back, and it was announced today that South Carolina is going from Under Armour to Nike also. But if LSU stays with Nike, we need that. We need that in this recruitment, because then that could put LSU across the finish line if they go to Adidas. Just my opinion on that. Feel free to disagree with me on it. Tristan Keys is the big one, though. You're adding if you were to flip him, you're adding an elite wide receiver. To me, I don't just say this because Hyder missed out. I wanted both. I really wanted both. If I had to pick one, I'm taking Tristan Keys, and here's why on it. Look at the production out of the wide receiver room versus the running back room over the last few years on it. And you tell me the difference in that one. The running back room, for every year, no matter who they put back, they have gotten results. This running back room this year, you've got Deshaun Bishop, who was, a 3-star when it was all said and done. Peyton Lewis was a 4-star on some. DeJuan Morris, 4-star on some. Justin Baker, a 3. Star Thomas would have been out of high school a 3, I would think, based on his stops along the way. So it's proven in that room, you could say one thing, what would a guy like Hyder do in Josh Heupel's offense? But at the same time, they've gotten good results out of, whomever has been back there. Tristan Keys, they're both game changer type guys, but Tristan Keys is a day one dude with it. Hyder was too, but I just think based on the rooms, again, I would love to have both of them. All right. But hopefully they can get that one across the finish line with Keys. That would be big. The other candidates I see are Hezekiah Harris, defensive lineman committed to Auburn. There is Tristan Givens, who's committed to Texas A&M. He's a defensive end as well. Tight end Lincoln Watkins committed to Kentucky. Maybe I was right on 5. I think I counted 1 too many on it. And then I look at another target who's come up, reclassified to the 2026 class. It's Andrew Rogers is his name. He's a teammate of Faison Brandon, 6'6", 240 from Greensboro as well. Would be big if they could get in and get him as well, especially a young guy. Maybe you got a little bit of time to redshirt possibly with him since he's reclassified, but really good size for him. And even Rivals has him reclassified as a 4-star and ranked 17th in North Carolina. One thing I would say on it, and I like this class, it's good. I really thought Tennessee was going to have more of a presence in North Carolina. Obviously, you got Faison Brandon, the number 1 player in the state. You got J.B. Shabazz. Rivals has him 14th in the state and a 4-star. But, man, they were in on so many of these top guys early in the process. And, I don't know what happened along the way, but they just got beat out. Because North Carolina, according to Rivals, has 24 stars or better. And, again, you got a couple good ones. Don't get me wrong on that, but still surprised that I really thought they were going to have more of a presence, especially last year playing in Charlotte, the number of visitors they had along the way. But still a really good class. And this staff, they didn't get Hyder, but they've done a really good job this offseason. Adding Kamari Blair, flipping him from South Carolina was good. Again, that continues a trend of continue to basically load up this offensive line. Like what they're doing there. I don't think we should be surprised by any guys popping up later on. I mean, you think about an Isaiah Campbell who they flipped in Clemson toward the end of the cycle last year. Could we see some more guys pop up along the way like that? Wouldn't surprise me. You always get some who maybe you've not heard in a bit pop up. But good day for Tennessee. Good day for the Vols there as well. I'm out on that one, guys. This is Frank, House of Orange, and I'll see you when I see you.